What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. My name is justjen, and I am here to do a reaction video to Samson's latest What About Us. Now, you guys, long story short, I was a supporter of the Democratic Party. A bunch of them got my votes until I seen the country in complete and utter fucking chaos. So I woke up a little bit. So if you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. That is the first thing that we see here when we open up Samson's video. Now, you guys, no matter what I say in this video, it is my opinion and I'm allowed to have it. I'm entitled to it, and you are entitled to have your own. But if there are any hateful comments, I'll just block you. I don't care. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. I think people forgotten about that. And if you don't like it, you could always scroll past. Just saying.
Don't tread on me. Those are words that I stand by, homie. It doesn't mean I'm gangster, it doesn't mean I'm country. It means that my life is in my hands only. I don't have money for security, I don't have armed guards that I keep snug around me. You don't think I deserve protection like you do, and that means you don't give a fuck about me. Gated community, that's what you live in. Hatred and mutiny, that's what we live in. So come down here and hang with us for a minute. See if you leave with the same fucking opinion.
Okie dokies. So what he's speaking about is all of these politicians everywhere. Let's face it, it's fucking true. They don't want stronger borders, but they have walls around their motherfucking compounds. They don't even have houses, y'all. Compounds. They have fucking compounds, but we're not allowed in there, are we? Oh no, as if you step foot on their property or near their fences, the alarm bells are ringing and they want you to fuck off their compounds. That's what he's talking about. And you know who should matter is every single United States citizen, but who should matter even more are those citizens that put their lives out on the line for our freedoms, mainly veterans. They should matter. The homelessness crisis, we're not even gonna, yeah, we might get into that a little bit because of all the vacant homes that are left because of the bank bailout. Yeah, now we got a bunch of people on the streets, especially those ones that fought for our country. Wouldn't you know?
That's what we live in, so come down here and hang with us for a minute. See if you leave with the same fucking opinion. Who's gonna help me out if I get robbed? What if somebody were to beat up my mother? Who's gonna be there to save our lives? You? Nah, me, motherfucker.
Ooh, but guess what? If you are defending your life, let's say you work at a store and you are robbed, yet somebody has a knife and they're going to kill you, and you end up getting the better of them, boy, oh boy, you're going to be charged with murder. Ain't that something? We have no right. Every right that we have as Americans are getting slowly stripped away, and I think a lot of people that don't live in America refuse to see this because they only believe what's on the mainstream news, and they don't see what's really plaguing our country because they're not in it. But for American, that's going to tell you that, yes, what he is saying, it is complete mutiny and the world has gone to complete shit. The Wild Wild West is here.
You were to beat up my mother, who's gonna be there to save our lives? You? Nah, me, motherfucker. I'm the only one that's got my back. It's dog eat dog, these are not no cats. There's cops in Michigan that can't even respond to the calls cause the cars ain't got no gas. Great! Police don't have any fuel, you don't know if they'll arrive when you call them. The babies are starving, my girlfriend can't find a tampon, and yet somehow you and I are the problem. Somehow. I've never bought a gun without having my background scanned and approved. The only loophole I've seen on a gun is the one that you put a fucking lanyard through. It's not true that you can go to the store and just swipe your card and get a Glock and run. It's funny, the people that say that shit have literally never even shot one.
And that's the truth, that you absolutely have to have an FBI background check. But, Samson, you're forgetting about the gun shows, because there are actual loopholes where you can go to a gun show and actually buy a gun and not have any record of it. Now, that's fine for the respectable gun owners, the responsible gun owners who want to keep their trigger locks and keep their guns away from children and whatnot, and they're responsible with it. That's fine for people that want to bear arms and protect their homes. I'm all for it, 100%. Responsible gun ownership. There has to be some responsibility, though. What I do not agree with is that just as turning 18, you can walk to a gun store and buy an AR-15 or an assault rifle. I don't think so. I think that that's very irresponsible of us as citizens of this now lawless land to allow just any Tom, Dick, or Harry to just walk into a gun shop and get an assault rifle, what the fuck you need one for? That's what I would be asking if I worked at a gun show. Or a gun shop. I'd say, what the fuck does this kid? Yeah, probably not. He's looking more like he's got a manifesto under that trench coat. I'm good. I ain't gonna sell him this. That's the only thing I want to say about gun control. Be responsible about it. Don't be bringing that shit out in public, scaring people, shooting people and shit. And you don't need an assault rifle unless you're military or cop. That's all.
And get a Glock and run. It's funny, the people that say that shit have literally never even shot one. Dumbass. Hey, Matthew McConaughey. Shut the fuck up. Just cause you murdered people on screen doesn't mean you know shit about guns, you dumb fuck. What, you worried about us? What about all of those violent movies that you played? How about you go talk to Alec Baldwin before you start telling me what to do, okay? Uvalde? I was horrified by it. That's your hometown, you were born right by it.
Wait a minute, I missed something. So Matthew McConaughey was blasting on Samson, like put him on blast or something? Fuck did I miss? You know what, Samson? Take that as a job well done because you having Matthew McConaughey. Hey, all right. Making fun of you. That dude's so stoned anyways, he don't know his asshole from a hole in the wall. So now we're talking about Uvalde, Texas, man. I'm sorry, but those cops failed.
Me what to do, okay? Uvalde? I was horrified by it. That's your hometown, you were born right by it. It probably cuts deep and I hope that it does, cause you work in an industry that glorifies violence. It's more your fault than it will ever be mine. The Lord only knows how many crimes that you've influenced throughout your whole career, cause I've seen you kill people plenty of times. What do you think is gonna cause a shooting? A YouTube video of a gun review? Or a Hollywood murder scene that seems so realistic it looks like it's from the news? So
now that's okay, then I want your opinions in the comment section down below or in my live stream right now. We're live streaming as we're doing this. What do you think would make some kid go out and just shoot up all kinds of shit? Would you think a gun review, somebody just saying, here is a Glock 9mm pistol, blah, 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 this is the ins and outs, this is how it works, blah, blah, blah. What do you think a child is going to... First of all, your child shouldn't be watching that shit. You should be age restricting them and watching what the fuck they're looking at on YouTube. God forbid they might come across a sex offender or somebody trying to get them and groom them and shit and fuck them behind your back. And then you have a kid that's fucked up for life. Anyways, so do you think that it's more... You know, you're going to look at these Hollywood films where they glorify drug use, murder, and what's more influential, do you think? A YouTube video that's gonna be maybe get 10,000 views, I don't know, or a movie that is mass produced all over the world that's funded by Hollywood money and all this movie magic that makes people just emulate? I think the worst of the two evils would probably have to be Hollywood because a lot of the kids today are influenced by celebrities.
Next time that you wanna point your finger with a stupid opinion and chime in with it, remember, it ain't me that they're trying to be like, dog. It's you that they're trying to mimic. I feel way more safe in a place where the people are legally armed. If something happens like a mass shooting, I have a way less chance of being lethally harmed.
Right there. Okay, so if you guys don't know this show on ABC, it's called The View. I don't watch it. I don't give them my view at all because there was a mall shooting and this kid at 40 yards took this motherfucking active shooter out like that from 40 yards away. You know what I said? Good shot, kid. But The View has painted this guy that killed an active shooter in a crowded mall. They deemed him as the evil one, not the guy that walked into the mall that day that wanted to kill people. Do you think that kid that killed that active shooter went on a mission to kill somebody that day? No, but that active shooter did. And that kid now has to live with that the rest of his life, that he had to take a human life in order to save other people's. People don't get that. I want to bury my head in the fucking sand. That ostriches really don't do. That's a myth. But that's how I want to do. I just want to pretend like none of this is really fucking happening. That I'm going to wake up from this bad dream called America.
People are legally armed. If something happens like a mass shooting, I have a way less chance of being lethally harmed. A criminal is gonna think twice if he knows everybody is a piece underneath their clothes. And Mayor Lightfoot will probably tell you different, but have you seen Chicago?
Ooh,
and no, before
Mayor Blackfoot. Oh my God. defund the police, right? Like, look at poor Michigan, like Samson touched on. They can't even afford the gas prices in order to go to call. So if you're sitting there, you're a woman, you're getting beat up by your spouse, or vice versa, you're a man getting beat up by your spouse, you can't even call the cops to come help you. That is a problem, and that really needs to be spoken up about and not just brushed under the rug. Chicago, since they voted to defund the police, their murder rates went through the fucking roof. Now, I love Chicago, don't get me wrong. It's a beautiful city. Well, it was, but it was a fun city for music. It was a huge music hub. But do I want to go to Chicago? No. I think I'm safer in Cleveland, and I never in a million years would ever think that I'd say that.
And Mayor Lightfoot will probably tell you different, but have you seen Chicago? And no, before you ask, I don't want to be like Canada either, and I don't want to be like Australia. I'm sick of everybody using them as a humanity meter. There's a reason that they can do whatever they want to their citizens, like fucking throw them in camps. And there's a reason that our government doesn't even try that shit, cause they know that they can't. If you don't think for one split second that if we didn't have our Second Amendment, the government wouldn't overstep its boundaries and make us do shit even when we're against it, you're out of your mind. I don't give a damn where you stand or how or what you vote. That's dandy and fine if you trust Uncle Sam, but I, for one, fucking don't.
Nope, I don't trust Uncle Sam either. In fact, the United States just hired 87,000 new IRS agents. Yeah, they're not going to take down the billionaires. They're coming after you and me, the middle class, so to speak. We're fucked. We are fucked. We're paying more in taxes. I don't believe anything a government official says. I think they're all fucking full of shit. 100%. Especially the ones that were, and whatever you want to believe on COVID, I don't care. That's your belief, but I'm going to speak mine. Well, okay, so get the vaccine. That way, you're safe from transmitting COVID. You're going to be safe from transmitting COVID. All these politicians, Justin Trudeau, Joe Biden, and God knows whoever else, went on live TV to show the world, if you get vaccinated, you're going to be just fine. You're not going to catch COVID. A couple months down the road, oh, sorry to inform you guys, but I have COVID. Of course you do, because people were doing what the government told them to do and not researching it themselves. I seriously think that these politicians that push all of this and they're screwing everything up, people are actually dying. I think they should be in prison.
And why would I? What have they done? Give me a reason for me to believe them.
Hold on, I want to hear Samson say that again, because we shouldn't trust the fucking government. They're out to fuck us at every which way that they can.
Government wouldn't overstep its boundaries and make us do shit even when we're against it. You're out of your mind. I don't give a damn where you stand or how or what you vote. That's dandy and fine if you trust Uncle Sam, but I, for one, fucking don't. And why would I? What have they done? Give me a reason for me to believe them. They want to trade me a little security in exchange for a big ass piece of my freedom. They don't want to take away guns cause they care about you and they want to keep you safe at night. They want to take away guns cause it's easy to control people if they don't have any way to fight. Hey buddy, what your little AR-15 gonna do when the government comes to take it? Well, Ukraine started handing out rifles to all of their citizens when the Russians invaded, so what about that? I thought it wouldn't help. I guarantee that it'd be better than nothing. I hope it never does, but if the day comes, I bet that you're gonna wish that you had something.
I mean, I applaud Ukraine for doing that for its people. Like, yo, hey, guess what, man? Putin is a little off his rocker today, and we're about to get invaded like a motherfucker. Here you go. Have at it. You're on your own. Sayonara, sucker. See ya. I hope you defend our land the best you can, because if you are able to fight for this country, you're going to. But the people that I hear barking the loudest at gun rights and all of this, that, and the other, when push comes to shove, they're going to be hiding behind their mamas. I guarantee you, I have more balls than they do. I'd be out there like, yahoo, motherfucker, let's go. But see, I can't, because the federal government, they kind of tapped my drug dealer's phone, and I was like, hey bro, can I order some drugs? And you know what happened? They, on that alone, sent me to prison for 3 years, but Hunter Biden is free to smoke crack all he motherfucking wants to. You see the hypocrisy where I'm getting at? Like, I wish Samson would do a whole ass song about Hunter Biden, but he might end up fucking dead. I'm just saying.
Better than nothing, I hope it never does, but if the day comes, I bet that you're gonna wish that you had something. This is the only country on earth where the people have real strength, and nowadays with all the shit going on, it's the the only thing that makes me feel safe. If there's anything that I've learned in the past couple years looking back at the pandemic, all of the shit that we have is fragile, and it could snap at any second. Fuck all of the politicians.
Yeah, yes, yes. See, a lot of you guys do want, oh, you're making fun of Joe Biden sniffing kids again. Well, he does, and he's shown that, and he's even talked about his little hairs on his legs, and the kids are touching it in the pool. It all rises, and the kids like it when he pushes their hair down, and it pops right back up. That's fucking weird. All right. But what you don't see is how I feel about all of these politicians who don't give a fuck about me. So therefore, just like Samson here, I don't give a fuck about them. But people are, you're either left or you're either right, and that's it. Well, you know what, y'all are giving me? A fucking headache.
I don't trust anything they say. Take the word gun.
Oh, I forgot to back it up. See what happens when I get all animated and fucking compassionate about this shit. I care the fuck about my country and the people in it. And therefore, when our country is taken care of and our people are taken care of, everyone else in the world can be happy too. Because shit does roll downhill and it does affect other countries. I'm just saying.
Here's looking back at the pandemic. All of the shit that we have is fragile and it could snap at any second. Fuck all of the politicians. I don't trust anything they say. Take the word gun out of gun control, and that's all that it is at the end of the day. I don't give a fuck how crazy you think that I look or I sound when I say this shit, but our Second Amendment's the only thing that stands between us and a dictatorship.
Oof. I think he dropped the microphone on that one, like all over the place. You know, there's a thing. We have amendments here. We have rights here. And the Second Amendment is our right to bear arms. However, I can't because, you know, I was on the phone with that stupid drug dealer, right? Not yet, anyways. I also have a medical marijuana card. That prevents me from having one, too, because, you know, potheads, they're so fucking violent. The only thing that they're going to go off on is a bag of fucking Doritos and some combos. Maybe some Starburst here and there. Gun control. I am all for taking assault rifles out of civilians' hands who have no business owning them. Like, and if you look at all of these mass shootings that have happened, all of these kids shown sign after sign after sign of some mental tomfuckery going on in their heads where they shouldn't have been able to be near a fucking gun, not even a fucking slingshot, but they're able to order an AR-15. I don't agree with that. I agree with defending yourself, being able to bear arms and defend yourself. But unless you're a trained military official or a cop or anybody that needs to use those assault rifles, if you have land that you have to, you know, you have predators on your land and you got to shoot some fucking coyotes or some whatevers, maybe then yeah. But I don't think they should be accessible to everybody. Fuck no. Now, a pistol, whatnot, yeah, because guess what? They sell bulletproof backpacks now like a motherfucker. They rose like 300% in the last, I don't know, year or two. But they're not going to stop an assault rifle. Those are pretty dangerous. In the wrong hands, anyways.
And as for the kids, I'm not a security expert, so I won't act like one. But I think that if we can send over $50 billion to Ukraine, we could surely spend that much, or more, or less, here in our own country to fortify our schools and make them more secure so that every kid can get an education safe and sound. Place several trained armed guards in every school across America.
Now, I was just talking about this. We are giving free aid to everybody and our military, trillions of dollars. But the politicians, I don't give a fuck if they're Democratic or Republican, they won't be taking it and putting it to good use, like the education of children, like the rehabs of these abandoned homes to get the people off of the streets. See where I'm getting at? Yeah.
You know, real men who won't stand by for 45 minutes in the hallway while a shooting unfolds in front of their own eyes. And pay them well, too. There's veterans that need the work. Why not protect our kids the same way that we protect you? Politicians are protected by...
They get the secret fucking service. Somebody that can kill you with like a big pen. What we have to remember here is... children, they are our future and they need to be protected by all means necessary.
The same way that we protect you, politicians are protected by guns. Celebrities are protected by guns. Every important person that walks this earth is protected by a gun. But our kids, they're important, just not as much as you.
What?
Gun. But our kids, they're important, just not as much as you.
Damn. And what sucks is that we even have to say this. What sucks is that that's true. Everything that he said on this video was the absolute truth. And now maybe you'll see why I'm so passionate about fixing what has been done. And we need to focus in on fixing this. And stop ridiculing people because they don't have the same opinion as you do. That's what's so beautiful about this world, is that everybody is different. Not one, except if you're like an identical twin. That's the only time where you guys should think alike, talk alike, walk alike, dress alike. That the uniqueness of the world is such a beautiful place. The diversity of the world is such a beautiful place. But yet, I have a problem when people, if we don't agree, we should just agree to disagree and move on peacefully. But instead, I get berated and attacked and called all sorts of names. And God forbid if I ever mention unification, I'm called a fucking racist. Now, tell me what the fuck is wrong with that. Now, gone are the days where you could have your own opinions and speak them freely. You do. In fact, what he spoke about here is the Second Amendment. The First Amendment of the United States is the freedom of speech. You can say whatever the fuck you want, and I'm not going to ding you for it. If you like fucking escargot and I don't, okay. You like snails and I don't, okay. Well, I'm not going to eat your snails. How about that? And move on. That's just an example that I'm using, but everybody wants to go on the attack. And as far as like gun control goes, you know, I am all for having the right to bear arms and protecting your castle or people. Like, I'm sorry, but if I'm in, let's say, a subway in New York City and I get mugged, I'm going to be or possibly sexually assaulted. I'm going to be praying like hell that there's an armed person there ready to save my life. But all too often, you're going to see this. World star, motherfucker. You're going to see that instead of the citizens, whether they be armed or not, helping one another. That is what we need to be focusing on fixing. Whew. All right, Samson. Well played, my friend. And you know what? He should have the right to speak what's on his mind. And even though I didn't agree with everything he said, I agreed with the majority. And I do see his opinion. It's valid. And that's his own opinion. And I'm not going to ding him for having that opinion. I'm going to say, okay, we don't agree with just that little thing, but everything else is kosher. I believe in everything else that he said. It's true. The government don't give a fly in Philadelphia fuck about any of us, and that is a problem. That is a problem when we would rather take all of this money and invest it into the military and more weaponry and all this, that, and the other for the military, and we're giving our money away like it's nothing, like we're not in enough national debt as it is. Here, let's just give it away to everybody else. But instead, why aren't we focusing on giving every kid the best education, the most safest education possible? We shouldn't have to put armed guards in our fucking schools. If that is even have to be brought to the table, something is not quite right here. And if it means stripping people away from getting AR-15s on their 18th fucking birthday with a mental health rap sheet this fucking long, then so be it. God bless America. For real. All right, I'm just Jen. You might agree with some things I said. You might not agree with anything I said. It's not going to make or break me. It's not going to make me sleep any less or be a better mother if you don't like me. I don't know. That's your own opinions and you're allowed to have them. But if you like the video, do me a solid, hit the like button, the subscribe button as well, and take care of yourselves, because we're not guaranteed tomorrow. And if we don't unite right the fuck now, we are going to be fucked. Even more so than we are. All right, y'all. I'm Just Jen. See ya. I have anxiety now.